Live. We are live. We are live. We are live. I am here with Dr. Zakevia, Lewis-Kendrick. No relation. We just share a name, which is dope. We're going to talk about that, by the way. So you guys are behind the scenes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Real Talk with ReZsaun. This is my YouTube. So I go to my YouTube and then I go to my Facebook. Okay. So I have them all running simultaneously. So, you know, you guys, my YouTube, I don't have a big YouTube following yet. So if you didn't know anything, hey, follow me on YouTube, man. Real Talk with ReZsaun. You already know that we're going into the Real Talk page. And then we'll go over to the Real Talk page and we'll start the actual interview. All right. What's up? If you come in, say something. If you're watching this on replay, say something, man. Got some real interesting discussions happening today. All right, let's go. And you'll know that song because I'll start talking different. No, I'll be talking the same. Don't be nervous, though.
I mean, see, it's just, you got a lot.
Hello, Real Talk with ReZsaun, where nothing's off limits. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. Now, you guys know that one of the goals of Real Talk with ReZsaun is to shine a light on the great things that are happening right here in the Low Country. And today, I have a good friend of mine, Dr. Zakevia Lewis-Kendrick. She's going to be my guest today. We're going to be talking about her foundation, the Jeremiah Henry Kendrick Memorial Foundation. Yes, it's a lot, but we're going to be talking about it. We're going to talk about why you got started. We're going to talk about your benefit banquet that you're doing for them. And we'll be talking about your career.
Okay.
We're talking about who you are. Because though I know you are Dr. Z, and I know a lot of people work with you, I don't know what kind of doctor you are. So we're going to talk about that. What else do you want to talk about?
Okay. Whatever questions you have for me, I'm willing to answer. I'm very open and honest about whatever it is you want to know.
There it is. So in about 2 minutes, come over to the Real Talk with ReZsaun page, and we'll be having that conversation. I'm going to see y'all in about 2 minutes. Peace. So that's the preview.
Okay.
YouTube still rolling. Shout out to YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. I'm still trying to develop the YouTube following thing, so I just randomly turn it on.
That's okay. Zion was trying to do the same thing, but he actually got like 300 followers.
See, man, like, but you know what though? They have the benefit of being like students in the school, and they have like people in the class. Like,
Right.
And they like a lot of kids do that TikTok and Musically and all of that stuff.
Yes.
But it's good, man. What up, Akil? I see you, Akil. I just gave I did a public speaking class. That kid was at it yesterday. Real Talk. What's going on? What's going on? So as you can see, I do this a little bit.
Yeah, we do that a lot. I wouldn't be able to keep up.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I've learned, like I've gotten better at as I've done it multiple times. Like now I think you're almost like interview number 90.
Awesome.
So it's real cool. It's a good opportunity. And I like it because it's a different kind of format. It's not like your standard show where, you have like these pre-asked questions and it's really no like genuineness to it. Like I like genuine conversation. I like genuine.
Y'all cut off.
You'd be good. I would never ask you nothing crazy. I promise.
And that's fine. If you do, I'm gonna answer.
See, look at that. We got all right. See, YouTube, y'all ready for? Yeah, all right. Then. She said I could ask her, so I was messing with you. I'm not. All right. So that's Zakevia Lewis Kendrick. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you're watching it on replay, shout out to you. You're dope. I'm a fan. If you're watching on YouTube, so this we still don't do enough of. If you're watching on YouTube and you have a YouTube channel, put your link down below so I can watch your channel and support you. That sounds fair enough, right? You watch me, I watch you. That sounds like a good deal. All right. And we're about to go live on my page. And we are up. Hello, world, and welcome back to Real Talk with ReZsaun when nothing's off limits. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me, and I appreciate that. I am your host, ReZsaun Lewis, and here on Real Talk with ReZsaun, one of the goals is to shine a light on Chicago, New York, Cleveland, Miami, Vermont, Chicago. That's in Chicago already. All right, Arizona. I know all these great things right here in the Low Country. We have amazing people doing amazing work, and none other than Dr. Zakevia Lewis definitely is among those numbers. Thank you so much, Dr. Zakevia Lewis-Kendrick.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Now, you guys know that I like to have an audience for my guests. So please take your time to share this out when we talking to Dr. Z. I'm just refer to her as Dr. Z for the rest of the way, because saying Dr. Zakevia Lewis-Kendrick gets really long and cumbersome. So I want to make sure I'm able to say, get this Dr. Z cool.
That's correct.
I know most people who know you call you Dr. Z.
Right.
Word. So I'm going to go with Dr. Z. So we're going to take about 1 minute to share this out so people can get in and watch. All right, please go ahead and share. If you're watching on the replay, please skip ahead forward about 1 minute, and then we'll be getting started with the interview. What up, Dustin? I see you, man. You always on first, yo. What's up, man? Hey, Iris, Miss Iris, how you doing? Hopefully everything's good at the church. I just saw Grandma today. She's good. She was good. She told me she came to church Sunday. BMO is in the building. I see you, bro. Share this out. Please share this out. We're about to get discussing with Dr. Z. Local celebrity spotlight. And just so you know, when I start over, I'm going to start the whole thing over, that whole speech part. So don't think it's weird. No, I don't have dementia, nothing like that. That's just it's so that way when I edit it, I won't have to like take pieces and put it together. Okay. It's just already running. Yeah, but this part won't be there. What up, Nathaniel Nelson? What's going on, B? Mr. Levine? We got a meeting coming up soon, don't we? Join me and Dr. Z. You're not nervous, are you?
No, I'm okay.
Oh, okay, cool. You got like a whole PhD. There's nothing for you to be nervous about. That was okay. Lewis-Kendrick. As we discuss the Jeremiah. The rest of the pop up. There we go. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. All right. And we're going to get started in about 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hello, world, and welcome back to Real Talk with ReZsaun when nothing's off limits. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me, and I appreciate that. As you guys know, one of the goals of Real Talk with ReZsaun is to shine a light on the great things that are happening right here in the Low Country. We have people doing great things. We have artists. We have entrepreneurs. We have doctors. And today I have none other than Dr. Zakevia Kendrick Lewis, who I'm going to be referring to as Dr. Z going forward with me. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
All right. So Dr. Z, for those who don't know who you are, take a little bit of time and introduce yourself to the audience.
And so, as you said, I'm Dr. Zakevia Lewis-Kendrick. Originally from Miami, Florida. My family is Caribbean. We're from Freeport, Bahamas. And so I've been here in the Low Country for about 20 years now. And so I'm a graduate from Limestone College, University of South Carolina, and Argosy University. I have my doctorate degree as pastoral community counseling psychology. That's what my doctorate is in. And so what I do here in South Carolina is I work for the Medical University of South Carolina. I work with the HIV population. I'm in infectious diseases. And so I am that person that speaks to them to help them put a plan together of care so they can live.
Wow.
And so I do that every day. Some people, we have to tell them that they're HIV positive. A lot of the youth here in the Low Country, it is actually 6,000 individuals that is unaccounted for that are known, they know that they have HIV and not in care. So it is important that you get tested. It is important that you protect yourself.
Wow. Didn't see that one coming. So I've always known you were Dr. Z. I've always known you as Dr. Z. Your son is in our program. Mm-hmm. So I've known you and known of you for quite some time. But wow, I did not know that that's what you did. So this actually can go in a very interesting discussion in a very interesting direction that I think is a good one. Mm-hmm. So as somebody who works with Charleston's HIV population, how do I even ask this question? Are the numbers as bad as people say they are when we talk about the HIV epidemic in the Low Country?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If you were to give it a number.
So from ages 13 to 34 is a age that we definitely take a hard look at. And unfortunately, the elderly population, like 53 to 65.
What?
Yes.
And
that's not old.
No, but like.
But absolutely, yes, that population.
Wow.
And so again, we have a large, it's particularly the African American population, and it's just our children feel as though they are invincible.
Okay, yeah. So what would you attribute it to? A cultural thing that maybe like what is science saying that they're attributing these trends to?
Well, a lot of the LGBTQ community, they are HIV positive. And so those individuals who are afraid to come out because we live in the Bible Belt state. And it's unfortunate that we still hinder our families from actually being truthful.
Wow.
And coming out and telling their story and allowing them to be who they are.
Wow. Wow. That's heavy. That's so much. Dr. Z, I didn't see all this coming today. All right. So that's job number one. What preventive measures are being taken by the state to sort of rein this issue in? So
monthly, I go up to Columbia and I meet with a group of individuals from around the state, and we talk about how we are going to combat this issue, how we're going to get it out in the community, particularly our African American females. I did a small event last year, PrEP. It's medication that is out there that will prevent you from receiving HIV, but many people are afraid to go out and get it. It is actually, the drug is called Truvada. Okay. Yeah, I heard a commercial with Truvada. Okay. Absolutely. And so it is a preventative measure. But again, people don't want to take it.
They don't want to take it because there's implications.
The stigma that's connected to it. Absolutely. Wow. And so, of course, we tell everyone to make sure they utilize a condom and, ask the questions, ask the hard questions. And people are afraid to actually ask those questions. Wow. I tell my students, even the adults, when I am speaking with them, don't be afraid to ask and say, hey, put on a condom.
Right. And so it's funny that you would say that, because I was just listening to the Joe Budden podcast on my way in, and they were doing it in a lighthearted manner, but like, they were making fun of a guy because he uses condoms when he has sex. Like, they were making fun of him. And the guy was like, I'm single. He's like, it makes sense for me to use condoms. But they were like making fun of, like, is that a culture? Is that a thing now with young people? Like, nah, like, we not doing that.
It's been a thing.
That's crazy.
They just don't want to use a condom. And for whatever reason, they want to feel connected. Well, you can feel connected. There's more ways to get connected with another human being.
Yes.
Versus just having sex or having intercourse. So the kids, they feel like just having oral sex they can't catch anything by having oral sex.
Can you dispel those rumors, just in case somebody was watching who has that idea?
You can catch all kind of venereal or STIs, sexually transmitted infections is what it's called nowadays. They had STDs, but it's STI, sexually transmitted infections. Wow. And so there's chlamydia that's out there. And here in South Carolina, we have what is called a Charleston strand of chlamydia.
We got our own strand of chlamydia?
We have our own strand.
That's terrible.
We have our own strand of chlamydia that's here in South Carolina.
Is it okay? So is everybody got their own strand and that's just ours?
We have our own strand here in South Carolina. And so you can go any place and it is identified as a Charleston strand of chlamydia.
My God. Is there a cure for that strand of chlamydia? Or is it like, I'm really not really, like, thank God I'm married. Like, that's thank God I'm married. Man. And that my wife is not a person who does not disrespect our marriage.
And it's so funny that you say that, because you say, I've been married, just 2 weeks ago, we had a person that's been married for 22 years that came in and he's HIV positive and his wife is not.
Wow. Hold on. Whoa. Say that again. Say that again, because I know you didn't just say what I thought you said. Say that again.
We had a young man to come into the office, married 22 years. He is HIV positive. He got sick. His wife took him to the doctor. They ran tests because nowadays they have to run the HIV test. And so, yes, he was positive and she is not.
But how?
It's because he's cheated.
He uses condoms with her. Does he use condoms with her?
Well, HIV is a tricky disease. That doesn't necessarily mean because you have sex with a person that is HIV positive that you're going to contract it.
Right.
And so,
See, again, that's information. Yeah. So what are some other, so let's get into like, what are the other, because I didn't plan on making this whole thing a HIV special, but by all means, when the information is provided, when you have that opportunity, you should do it. So what other common myths are there about HIV or STIs that we can dispel here today?
That you can get it from sitting on a toilet? No, you can get what they call, the crabs.
Yeah.
Just to use the lack of a better word. Definitely from sitting on a toilet. But you cannot contract HIV from sitting on a toilet. You have to come in contact with that person's bodily fluids. And so, yes. And today, the medications that we have that's readily available will help you become non-detectable within a week of taking them. That means it is not shown in your bloodstream.
Wow. Wow.
And so you just have to be open and honest about what you are doing. And again, don't be afraid to get tested. We offer free testing. You can come up to the Medical University, Rutledge Tower, 7th floor, free testing. It is confidential. You come into a little room and we will test you. The result is in less than a minute.
Wow.
If you need us to come out to any event, we are available. We will come out and we will test you. And there are several agencies around the low country that will be able to provide the same education that I am providing with you now, as well as test you. And
how long have you been doing this?
So this is year 4. Okay. And I just kind of stumbled into this. This is not something that was on my radar. I actually worked at an institution of psychiatry. And so working with the children who suffer from mental illness. And so that take me into my second job, where I am the owner of Divine Intervention Professional Counseling Services. And I have several contracts here in the Low Country. I work with Dr. Dr. Okonafor, not Etta Corrente, Dr. Okonafor with the Suboxone program.
Okay.
And so I provide the mental health counseling for those individuals who are addicted to opioids, but is transitioning to Suboxone.
So what are the things that you're seeing there that really stick out to you?
Many people, I work with the group of individuals who actually don't want a paper trail.
Okay. All right.
They are professionals that got addicted to pills from an accident.
So professional community.
I do.
Okay.
That got into, and actually it became a habit. They became addicted to the medication. And by them becoming addicted, they started seeking the medication out in the street. And so when they realized that they needed the help, they actually went to a doctor to get the help. And so my contract is with him to make sure I provide that mental health to help them transition off this medicine, which is very, very, very hard.
How effective is the work?
The counseling portion is very effective because they are actually able to identify their triggers. And once they identify their triggers, we work on ways to be able to handle them differently.
Yeah.
And so that works very well. But people are afraid. It's fear. If I don't take this, then I may relapse and go back. Yeah. Or my life is just that stressed out that I need something to calm my issues or calm my mind or calm me down. Well, you have to take control of yourself. And so we work on that daily. But again, fear is a major factor for those individuals who are on this medication. In addition to that, I have the contract with the state of South Carolina where a PTI program, pretrial intervention. And so I do the mental health counseling for that. And then I also work at the Brig, the jail.
Oh, the one on the Naval Weapons Station? Okay.
Yeah, so I have a contract with them through Joint Base Charleston, and it's the Department of Defense. I have the federal contract where I teach the inmates And for every class that they take under my business and the CARS group, her name is Keisha, they get 1 day off their sentencing.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And
So
I
that's
teach
crazy.
grant writing. I teach the small business component. I teach public speaking. I also teach Microsoft Word, the Office, the whole Microsoft Office. And so I do that.
Come on, Black Girl Magic. All right, Black Girl Magic. I didn't even see, and I've known you, what, 2 years now? I haven't known none of this stuff. And you teach grant writing?
I do.
And you teach grant writing? Ken, I see you on here. She teaches grant writing, Ken. We're going to talk to her about that later. But that's dope.
So I do that. And so it is, it's very eye-opening because what I tell the inmates when they walk into my classroom is that you're not inmate anything. What is the name that you were given by your parents? You are a man first. Things happen, life happens, and everyone out in society is just one actual event away from being where you are.
One bad choice. Yeah, we are one bad choice away.
And
absolutely.
So, you know, and so we have a great time. I actually love it. That's a part of the community, giving back. I don't get paid a whole lot for doing that, but it's very rewarding because I'm giving them the information and the tools that they need to be effective when they get back into society.
Praise God. And that's really what people need, man. Shout out to my little cousin. He just came home. And, you know, that's one thing I worry about for him is, you know, making sure that they have programs out here for people when they do get out so that they can transition smoothly. My brother was able to make that transition and do a great job. But but, you know, he's in the minority in a lot of cases. Recidivism is really high for a lot of people coming out of prison. So I see we got a question. So let me make sure that I answer the question. Hey, Ms. Iris, says, I'm curious, what about all those who are positive but you're not able to track? Can anything be done to force them into some type of programs? They're like weapons of mass destruction. I think she's talking about prisoners who come home and don't have that transition.
Is she talking about that or is she talking about HIV?
I believe she's talking about. No, I think she's talking about. Yeah, let's clarify that. Which Ms. Iris? What part are you talking about? Because we've covered a lot. As far as the people, I want to make sure we answer your question. So clarify a little bit specifically what you're asking about. Was it the HIV part, or was it recidivism and people going back to prison? Because I want to make sure I answer that before we move on to the next topic. And how long have you been working with the prisons?
This is 5 years.
5 years, no. So it's the break, so it's all military people?
It's all military.
Word. HIV.
Yeah, I thought so. So once a person is identified as HIV positive and they're newly diagnosed, DHEC is also notified. And so DHEC will make that person have to provide all the names of the people that they have slept with. And so DHEC, they will go and knock on your door if you do not answer that call. And so we will make the call. We have social workers that will make that call. And if not, DHEC definitely gets involved and they will hunt you down. Now, our job is also to get you in care and to help you maintain. And so that's through the Ryan White grant. I don't know if you're all familiar with Ryan White. He is the young man that lost his life to HIV through a blood transfusion.
Wow.
Way back in the day, way back in like the 80s. And so his mom and Elton John and a number of other celebrities fought to make sure that monies are in place through the federal government to help those individuals who are suffering from this disease. Wow.
So if somebody does catch HIV, contract HIV. Contract HIV, I apologize. So can they force them into any kind of program?
They can link them to different services that's around in the Low Country, and it's several. So they can't force; they just ask them to.
But can they force them to tell? Like, can like, if a person writes that person's name down, are they guaranteed to be told that the person contracted?
DHEC will contact them and say it's important that you come in and talk to them. Yes.
That's heavy.
Yes.
That's heavy. I'm trying to figure out how to transition out of that. So you work in as a psychiatrist.
I work as a therapist.
You work with mental health.
I do.
With the talks around mental health, and you talk about opioids. So the talks around mental health, is it scientific? Because people will say, you know, that when somebody is taking an opioid, that there's some kind of like deficiency mentally that could possibly be in place that continues to make them addicted to that drug. Do you find that to be the case? Is that they're more of a mental stronghold than anything else, or it's
a chemical imbalance? They become addicted to it, and that is a good segue also into sickle cell disease.
Yes,
where many it's a disease that is debilitating. It's pain, and so they have to manage that pain, and so it's very hard because it is a pain that we can't see. It's a physical thing. We can't see it, and so we automatically assume that that person is drug seeking when they are not. And because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. And that's a problem that many individuals that take pain medication and they are now classified as opioid addicted, they go through. But then as a person who's suffering from sickle cell disease, when those cells take shape in the body and that the cells are not able to get to a localized area, say, for example, a finger, it can be as simple as that. It is called dactylitis. And so once the cells sickle and take shape, they back up. And so oxygen is not getting to the rest of that body. Wow. And that's painful. And so when a person that is suffering from sickle cell disease, the pain is as such as someone is hitting you in the knee with a hammer over and over and over and over and over again. And so it's very difficult. So people who have sickle cell disease, they don't go to the doctor and they stay home and they stay in pain, particularly adults, because they don't want to be looked at as if they are drug seeking. And so, and that segue into the Jeremiah Henry Kendrick Memorial Foundation, that opened a door. My son had sickle cell disease. He was born with it. He had what is called SS. And so there are several levels. It's SS, SC, something else, and then it's SA. And so I have SC. Okay. And so as a child, I went through all the painful experiences of joint in the knee, the finger, having dactylitis, the constant nosebleeds. I'm not able to do a lot as other children would be able to do. But my son had the full disease, SS, and my husband at the time did not know that he had sickle cell disease. Okay. Yeah, because of the parent. Because I would have never got with a brother. He's a nice guy. And so we had a child that had the full disease. And so although Jeremiah wasn't sick his first year of life, it actually progressed as he got older through his life. And so he passed away at age 10. Okay. He had the bone marrow transplant. He was probably the third person here in South Carolina at the medical university to have the bone marrow transplant. And I understand science, and I understand sometimes we have to sacrifice a life in order to save another. And so I've made peace with that, knowing that they were still in the stages of trying to figure out how this will work for others. And so he was sickle cell free for 2 weeks. They took the port out. He didn't have an immune system, so he was taking 16 meds a day. Wow. And then he caught a virus and he didn't have anything to fight it off. Yeah. And so he went into septic shock and it was relatively quick. And so from that, I decided to make sure that he lived on. And so I created the Jeremiah Henry Kendrick Memorial Foundation. And with that foundation, I give out scholarships to children who are trying to pursue a higher education, because Jeremiah, although he was going through all of that chemotherapy, he was in a hospital, all he can think about is my teacher coming so I can do my homework? Yeah. And so education in my home period, is very important. And so and that's why I decided to take it a step further to make sure I give to someone who is suffering from this disease. And I know how debilitating it can be, but yet they are trying to pursue a higher education. Wow. So you created the foundation. Now, before we even get to the scholarship, because I want to talk about scholarship, but what is your mindset surrounding the foundation as a whole? It is to do community service. It is to make sure I am helping the community, giving back through a clothes drive, through book donations, and also feeding the families at the hematology oncology division at the medical university. Okay. And how long has the foundation been in place? So we became a 501c3 established in 2015, but prior to that, we was already doing things out in the community. I was doing it out of my pocket. making sure that we kept our community clean through Jeremiah's Journey, which is in Goose Creek. We adopt a highway initiative. We do quarterly. And so we've been doing little things here and there and decided, well, let's go ahead and make this official.
Awesome. And we're going to get our guys out there with you this year. We weren't able to last year, but we're going to get the grade level coordinators on it. We're going to get them out there with you this year because we definitely believe in what you're doing. We support your mission, in Zion is one of our shining stars. So we definitely, now shout out to Zion. I don't know if you're watching, but shout out to Zion. So now you have the banquet coming up. Yes. Let's talk about the banquet.
So this is our first year doing the inaugural brunch that I want to highlight the two young ladies that I've given money to. And it's unfortunate that I put the scholarship out. No one applied this year.
What? See? Scholarship money. Y'all just,
no one
I see
applied. No one applied. I don't know. It's thousands and thousands of money that goes unclaimed because people don't want to put in the work. We have to put in the work. And so when I didn't get anyone, I just called the other two young ladies and said, hey, we would continue to support you while you are on this journey.
Wow. So how much is the scholarship?
So this year we're giving $750. It was $500 in previous years. And so this is our third year doing it. Okay. And so, when I'm constantly writing checks out of my pocket, I was like, let's do a fundraiser. Let's do something. And so let's have a brunch. And so not only that, I would like to highlight my board members who put in the work as well. That's there with me. We're trying to figure things out and organize, what we want to do moving forward. And so I want to highlight them and other people in the community that is always by my side.
Awesome. Well, that's amazing. So when is the brunch?
It is September 28th. It is from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Art Ninja. That's the name of the place. It's next to Exquiz in Dorchester Road. The smaller place.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm so embarrassed. I forgot the name.
I know what you're talking about. The event center.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about. Right next to a Squiz.
Right.
Next to a Squiz.
And so
I'll put the link down there below. What are the scholarship requirements?
Well, you have to have a letter from the doctor. That's important. We need to verify that you actually have sickle cell disease. And then you have to write a letter just explaining your journey. 1 page. And if you have any community service that you have done in the past, which a lot of students have to have to graduate. So you have that. And that's it.
Yeah. So they have to have sickle cell.
They have to have sickle cell disease. You get a letter from the doctor, stating that you do have it. They just sign off on it. And if it's here in South Carolina, Dr. Jackson is pretty much the only sickle cell doctor around.
So don't be trying to make up fake letters.
And it's other doctors that you can, see the patients as well. That's here. And Dr. Quattlebaum is one as well. But in addition to that, they just have to write a story telling us about their journey with having this disease.
Okay.
And so that's it.
That's it.
And
that's
you
all
fill
you
out the
do.
application, your name, telephone number. And it's not hard.
And one day I want to get Melinda Milbaugh on here, but you're absolutely right. You made a very key point. The fact that there are literally millions of dollars in scholarship money that does not get claimed every single year. People could be going to college for free every single year, and they just don't claim the money. Like for some, just the one person that applies for it may not even fully qualify, and they give them the money because they actually tried for it.
Right.
That's something I definitely learned about in school.
Yeah.
But so we got the scholarship, Jeremiah Henry Kendrick Memorial Foundation. Adopt the Highway quarterly.
Yes, we have the Adopt the Highway initiative. It is quarterly. We will actually do it. I may push it back to October because there's so much going on in September. Yes. But September is actually Sickle Cell Awareness Month. And so we try to do as much as we can during that month. And so the goal is to become on the international level, work with the Sickle Cell International Foundation. Because, many people label it as a Black disease. Well, it's not a Black disease. We Hispanics have sickle cell disease as well. But, that's what we're labeled as.
And even if it was, it still matters.
Absolutely.
Like that should not be the minimizer that is the Black disease. I don't care if only one Black person got it. It's the fact that it's taking lives.
Absolutely.
And until there's enough research and science behind it to be able to, like you said, sometimes, you hate losing a life, but your son's life can be used for research. Your son was the third person in the state to get that surgery. Now that doctor will be better at that surgery than they were before it because of that. So it's very key that we keep an eye open for our health. You've covered a lot as far as terms of mental health. You talked about HIV, which prevention and taking the proper steps to protect ourselves is so important. I do not advocate for being promiscuous, but we live in a time where nobody can tell anybody what to do with their body and with their life. All I'm gonna say, whatever you do, please be safe. Please be safe. You heard the numbers. HIV is real. Charleston has their own version of chlamydia, which is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
we got to get real about these things.
We do, and many people are oblivious about what's actually happening out there, and they are afraid again. They feel like the stigma that's attached. But I'd rather know than not.
Right.
To be caught off guard.
Right.
When this is happening. So,
and to put somebody else in danger.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
African American females, heterosexual females, are in danger. It came out, and so that was one of the reasons why I decided to put on the prep conference. And College of Charleston North Campus opened their doors and allowed us to be in and to get the information out. And it's sad that I probably had about 50 people in the room, and out of those 50 people, it was about 20 people went and got tested and said, this is my first time ever. And these women were in their 50s and late 40s. And that was their first time ever being tested. And so it was funny because the guy that worked with me, Christopher, said, I've never heard so many people call on the name of Jesus.
Wow.
As they were getting tested. Thank God everyone was negative. But the fact still remains that we do not go out and get tested. And the truth is, we're having sex.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely are. The numbers say it. Even though teen pregnancy has been down since the Obama
administration. Pregnancy is down.
Shout out to President Obama. I see you. Thank you. I've got to find a way to thank President Obama for something. It's something that I do.
Yeah.
So if people want to find you, they say, this Dr. Z lady sounds really dope. I want to find out more about her. How can they find you?
I am on Facebook. I don't have an alias. It is,
you got an alias, y'all.
I am who I am. It's Zakevia Lewis-Kendrick. I am on Instagram. Same name. Oh, it's Charleston Z Girl.
Yeah, because I cannot find you on Instagram. So I have to find you on Instagram. Tag you.
It is Charleston Z Girl on Instagram. And that's it. I have the website. Jeremiah Henry Kendrick is on Facebook as well. Mm-hmm. He has his own page.
If they want to donate to the foundation, how do they do that?
It is, you can donate through, we're having the $35 through the foundation page. You can go there and Cash App. Yeah, I know, I'm trying to get all together. Cash App, $ capital Jeremiah, capital JEREMIAH, capital F for the foundation. That's FOUNDATHION. And so it's Jeremiah Foundation at Cash App.
Wow.
That's it.
Thank you so much. Anything else you want to share that we left out? We covered a lot.
We did. I tried to get it all in.
That was good though.
No, that's my life in a nutshell. I don't do anything but work. I am a published author.
Tell us about your book.
I am a contributing author to Wound Sisters, Women Overcoming Men Blues.
Wow.
Now, don't fix your face. Don't look like that.
We hate men books.
And it's not that we hate men. No. We love our brothers. We love men, period. It is telling a story of the tragedies that many of us have gone through in our relationships. I was married. Me and my husband was together for 16 years. We were married for 13 years. I am divorced now, but we have a great relationship, great friendship. But it tells the story of our journey, which was not always a pleasant one. Mm-hmm. And so many women have come together and they're telling their story, and it is in the book.
Wow. So if they want to find your book, where can they find you?
I am, go to my Facebook page.
Go to our Facebook page.
And it's on Amazon.
All right.
Yeah, you can find us on Amazon.
So I'll tag that in the post, and I'll make sure I put the link in there as well.
Okay. And I'll send it to you.
The brunch is what day again?
September 28th. It is from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
All right.
And
how much are tickets?
$35.
Tickets $35, and that goes to a great cause.
It goes to money goes out. I do not get a paycheck from my foundation. Money comes in, money goes out. All
right. If somebody needs to seek mental health.
Divine Intervention Professional Counseling Services. I'm not on Facebook. I do have a website. So if you just Google my name, it'll come right up. Or I am on Psychology Today. I am one of the only it's not that many African American therapists here in the Low Country. And so I come up on Psychology Today.
Wow. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much. As you can see, she's a phenomenal woman. Phenomenal woman. I've known her for a couple of years, and I learned a bunch of new stuff about her that I really have an even more profound respect for her and for what she's accomplished in her life. So thank you so much for sharing your time with me. As you know, my name is ReZsaun Lewis, and this has been Real Talk with ReZsaun. We do this every week, normally on Wednesday nights. I cannot remember who my guest is for next week, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be dope. So, in fact, no, next week I don't have a guest because I have to speak next week. But I'll be back the week after. I'll give y'all the schedule. Y'all know what time it is. My name is ReZsaun Lewis. This has been the show. I hope you guys enjoy it. You can follow me on YouTube. Follow me on YouTube. I'm really under on YouTube followers. Follow me on YouTube at Real Talk ReZsaun, Instagram at Real Talk ReZsaun, Twitter at Real Talk ReZsaun, Facebook at Real Talk with ReZsaun. If you are doing something great in the community that you want to have a light shine on, because that's what I love to do, you can email me at Real Talk ReZsaun, Real Talk with ReZsaun at gmail.com. That's Real Talk with ReZsaun at gmail.com. Tell me what you're doing. I'll put the form out there, and we can definitely get you on the show to highlight what you're doing. If you have a business, if you have a nonprofit, if you're doing something great in the community, if you have an album coming out, if you're writing a book, you just want to talk to me on camera, I'm good for it. I'm good for it. Let's get you on. Let's have a discussion because there are lots of great things going on in the community. At the end of the day, always remember that if a man doesn't stand for something, before I do that, go back. This Saturday, if you are in the Columbia area, you need to be at the South Carolina Male Achievement and Fatherhood Conference. That's the South Carolina Fatherhood and Male Achievement Conference. I am a speaker. I'm not a keynote speaker yet. I'm a speaker of a breakout session, as well as Samuel Bellamy and so many other phenomenal men and women from the Low Country. They're expecting 600 young people in the building at this event in Columbia. You need to be there. It's an amazing opportunity to experience the positivity that's happening within our state and our nation. And I will be there. But at the end of the day, always remember that if a man doesn't stand for something, he is bound to fall for anything. Now that's Real Talk. I will see y'all next week. Peace. And that's the show. All right, YouTube. Appreciate y'all, players. We out, man.
Awesome.
That's it. Sure.